It was summer, and the crew were hunched in a booth at a ramen shop. Plans were being suggested left and right, and they still had to agree on an activity that all of them could participate in. Midoriya suggested going to an ocean park. Kirishima added that hiking was not only good for cardio but good for the soul. Shinso stated that indoor activities were a new trend, but Yu objected, saying that he shouldn't stay cooped in his room. Kaminari offered something interesting to the table.
Paintball wars? That doesn't sound very summery,
Kirishima commented. I don't think it's a seasonal activity anyway, Shinso pondered. Yeah, but I think Kaminari's onto something here though. I mean, paintball wars are totally exciting and competitive. Anything that involves a winner is good enough for me, Todoroki added. I'm going to wreck all of you, Bakugo smirked, confidence overflowing in his words. The rest of the group sighed at his remark. Well, except for... In your dreams, you'd get eliminated with that cocky attitude. Bakugo growled at Todoroki, almost taking up on the challenge until Kirishima sighed at their bickering.
If you two are so hell-bent on proving who's better, we should make it a competition,
the redhead joked upon suggestion. But when he saw a flash of excitement cross both Bakugo and Todoroki's features, the rest of the group knew there was no turning back. Whoever wins gets eternal bragging rights, Yu exclaimed.
Oh, and we should probably get a trophy, right?
Kaminari added. You turned to Kaminari with a mischievous glint in your eye. He returned with one of his own, the both of you speculating silently to each other.
Hey, calm down, you two. We haven't even planned the activity.
Midoriya giggled.
But yeah, a good challenge never hurt anyone, no?
So, is everyone on board with the idea?
Kaminari asked, looking over at all of his friends. Nobody disagreed as he clapped his hands together and beamed with excitement himself.
Alright, I'll set this up and text you guys about it later. Remember, winner takes all.
It didn't take long for Kaminari to organize the entire event for the afternoon. Everyone was gathered at a forest park, dressed in camo gear. Midoriya, Kirishima, and yourself opted to wear the full gear setup, which included paddings and a helmet. On the other hand, Todoroki, Kaminari, and Shinso decided to ditch the headgear. It took a while to ready Bakugo, having to be forced to wear any form of protection by either Kirishima or yourself.
Ugh, this helmet is so stuffy. Did the staff here ever clean it?
Midoriya removed his helmet, his hair disheveled from the helmet's shape. Watching the freckled boy inspect it, Todoroki stepped towards him and tousled his curls tenderly. The act caused Midoriya to blush and earned a chuckle from Todoroki as well.
Aw, get a room, idiots. Said the guy who was helping a certain someone with putting on the gear, even though they were fully capable of doing it themselves.
Kirishima interjected. I needed help with adjusting the straps, Yu exclaimed. Kirishima waved at you nonchalantly with a tiny grin.
Okay, sure. Bakugo seemed to enjoy the view when he was adjusting the leg straps though,
Kaminari absent-mindedly added. Bakugo harshly elbowed him in his sides, causing Kaminari to double over. Shinso crouched to Kaminari's level in concern before he glared back at Bakugo. Hey, save the aggression for later, he warned.
I have plenty where that came from, dumbass. You want some too?
Bakugo challenged. The tension began to build between the two with their intense glares glued to each other, until a splatter of paint interrupted their staring contest. They both turned to you, your gun pointed in their general direction. Whoops. Sorry. Trigger finger. You mused. But I might accidentally shoot something a little more intimate if we don't start already. Shinso cleared his throat, while Bakugo moved away from him with a grumble.
Sure. Whatever.
Prep for the game involved code names. At least it was emphasized by Kaminari to offer a more realistic experience. After everyone had given their code names to the supervisors of the paintball course, he turned to Shinso with a mix of confusion and incredulity. Make an effort with your name at least, you motioned, waving your hand towards the board lit up on screen. Shinso shrugged.
I'm a simple man.
Calling yourself Shinso is so lame though. After a simple briefing of the game and safety regulations, all of you gathered at the center of the park as the starting point of your game. The rules were established, both within the constraints of the game and amongst all of you. Every man for himself, and the last man standing wins. Simple as that. But once all of you stood there on the battlefield, backs to each other, it didn't seem that simple anymore. There was a silence amongst all of you except for the sounds of leaves crushing under your feet and the clicking of the paintball guns in hand. The alarm rang throughout the park, signaling the start of the game, and Bakugo immediately took the offensive, turning to shoot anyone close to him. You moved away from any crossfire and used Midoriya as a partial cover while you ran into the forest. Midoriya barely dodged a few pellets of paint while Kirishima narrowly missed a headshot. Todoroki and Shinso decided to bolt from the main grounds and take cover among the foliage, taking advantage of Bakugo's immediate yet messy assault. Meanwhile, Kaminari dove into the nearest cover during Bakugo's frenzy and decided to wait out for an opportunity to move again.
Hey! Half and half! Crazy hair!
Bakugo growled as he stopped his assault, finding himself to be the only one standing in the main grounds.
I'm not done with you two!
Bakugo immediately took flight after Todoroki and Shinso, his threats growing distant. After a moment of silence, Kaminari peeked out from his cover to find the main grounds now empty.
Coast is clear,
he murmured as he stood from his cover. He chuckled under his breath.
What the hell? I sound like I'm a spy or something.
His own amusement was cut short when a paintball pellet shot past him, barely missing his shoulder.
Hey! What the?
Another shot stopped him again as he hurriedly lowered himself back into cover, peeking out every now and then and searching the area for the shooter, his gun poised at the ready. As he scanned the area, he spotted a figure in the distance. He couldn't recognize who it was before they shot again, causing him to duck back in cover.
Okay, this is just unfair. At least let me leave my spot!
Kaminari begged. The sound of a familiar laugh rung throughout the main grounds, its hefty tone mischievous and happy.
Hey, sorry bro, but it won't be cool if I lose this game!
Kirishima bellowed as he reloaded his gun with more pellets, pressed up against a tree.
As if I'd let you win, Kiri! We might be bros for life, but I won't hesitate to turn on you!
Kaminari retorted, surveying the area for an escape route.
I'm touched! Really?
Kirishima mocked, turning around from the tree to aim his gun towards the main grounds. His sights locked onto the cover where Kaminari was hiding out, slowly watching patches of his blonde hair peek out every now and then.
But I'll take this victory of mine like a man. So hold still, will ya?
Kaminari turned to find an escape into the bushes ahead of him, but hesitated every now and then, knowing he had held onto his hiding spot for too long. Meanwhile, Kirishima's finger hovered over the trigger, about to squeeze as soon as Kaminari's head almost lifted from the cover. A shot rung out from Kirishima's position. Kaminari's eyes squeezed, but to his surprise he didn't feel a thing. He cautiously looked out from his cover to find the redhead in plain sight, stunned as he reached a hand up to his helmet and found blue paint on his fingers.
Red Riot is eliminated. 6 players remain.
Oh, come on!
Kirishima whined into the sky.
That's so not manly!
Watching the scene unfold, Kaminari saw the opportunity to run like a bat out of hell, taking the route through the bushes as his next course of action. He looked around the area but couldn't find another soul nearby the main grounds. Whoever had taken Kirishima out would be close by.
One less person to worry about. Now for the others.
He murmured to himself as he continued to locate another hiding spot to survey the game. This should be a good spot. Todoroki settled himself onto a tree branch with a good vantage point over the grounds for any moving targets. He spotted an angry Bakugo running further into the forest, his voice booming throughout as he tried to locate any targets himself. However, Bakugo would conveniently disappear into foliage every now and then, giving Todoroki a fair bit of trouble to get a clean shot. Still, he knew Shinso was somewhere nearby his area, yet he couldn't locate him since the beginning of the game. He sat around for a few minutes before he heard rustling in the bushes below him, raising his gun at the ready. At first he thought nothing of the sound until he noticed a head of hair through the greenery. Midoriya mumbled to himself, his gun held in front of him ready to shoot at a moment's notice. Todoroki could hear his nervous voice, mumbling about avoiding Bakugo at all costs if possible. Todoroki held his breath as he raised his gun to his sights, aiming at the boy below. "I'm sorry, Midoriya," he whispered to himself, his finger easing on the trigger. A pellet of blue paint exploded next to Todoroki's head, barely missing him, but caused his footing to slip from the branches and his finger to prematurely pull the trigger and shoot just inches away from Midoriya. Alerted from the sound of the shots and the rustle of the leaves from above, Midoriya found Todoroki dangling from a branch of a tree, his legs hooked to them.
Todoroki! Need a hand there?
Midoriya teased. The jewel-haired boy glared at him as he tried lifting himself up from the branch, failing to do so every time. "Why aren't you shooting me now? I'm vulnerable and you have a clear shot," Todoroki asked, earning a playful hum from the green-haired boy.
Well, it's not fair to fight against a helpless opponent. Where's the challenge in that?
After a while, Todoroki finally rose back up onto the branch, taking a hold of his gun and pointing it back at his target. A smirk danced on his lips as he slowly pulled the trigger. "And what makes you think that I'll abide by that little rule of yours, Midoriya?"
Because you know I'm right, Todoroki.
Both boys had their guns locked on each other until Midoriya spotted a figure from the corner of his eye. Before he could react, blue paint suddenly hit his chest, the shock of it winding him from its impact. Not long after, Todoroki felt a pang on his shoulder, finding blue paint now covering it. The both of them turned towards the direction the shots came from, finding Shinso reloading in the bushes. He snickered.
Never thought I would agree with Bakugo of all people. But you two seriously need to get a room.
Deku is eliminated. 5 players remain. Shoto is eliminated. 4 players remain.
Serves them right,
Bakugo grumbled. For the entire game he was moving around the little alcove he discovered in his rampage. It had multiple covers and a few trees good for vantage points and sniper shots. It felt foreign to him to be stealthy. He was more the confrontational type, to go in guns a-blazing. Hiding out didn't feel right to him. His train of thought broke when footsteps approached him from behind. He immediately turned and pulled the trigger, his pellet exploding onto the chest of none other than Kirishima, winding him.
Ow! Bakugo! It's me!
Kirishima raised his hands in surrender.
I'm out already, man! Chill!
Bakugo lowered his gun and sneered at the redhead.
Well, not my fault you were moving around suspiciously.
Can't a man find the exit in peace?
Find the exit somewhere else, you're distracting me!
Suddenly, multiple splatters of paint flew close to Bakugo and Kirishima, causing the blonde to lunge towards the nearest cover. Kirishima backed away from the area, wishing Bakugo
Good luck!
on his way out.
You idiot! You were a distraction!
Bakugo yelled before he prepped his gun by his side. The sound of paintballs exploding against the cover continued to rain down on him.
As for this dumbass attacking me, show yourself and fight me like a man!
The rain of pellets stopped momentarily after his aggravated yell. Bakugo insinuated that whoever was the shooter was probably reloading their ammunition. The opportunity presented itself as he stood up from his cover, his gun aimed at the ready. Through his crosshairs, he saw a head of blonde, with clothes clad in blue splashes of paint all over his body.
Charge Bolt is eliminated. 3 players remain.
Kaminari?
Questioned Bakugo, his eyebrows furrowed. Kaminari walked towards Bakugo, rubbing his arms and almost limping his way across the alcove.
Oh damn, those paintballs really sting. Why did I suggest this? What the hell are you doing? How did you get here? I told Kiri to chat you up so I could get a shot at you, but someone beat me to it. Tried avoiding the shots by running in a zigzag motion, but you can't see how that ended.
He pouted. Bakugo responded with a grunt.
Huh. Guess you got what was coming to you.
He smirked at the other blonde, retracting his gun and leaning it against his shoulder.
Did you at least get a good look at who was shooting at us? I didn't look. I wanted to protect my precious face. Maybe I should have worn that smelly helmet after all. So, it's crazy hair and them that's left, huh?
Bakugo swelled with pride internally, knowing that you were still in the game, but his expression was still analytical.
I'm rooting for Shinzo, just so you know. And they've kept a low profile for this long. It's anybody's game.
Kaminari pointed out, wiping any paint splatters from his cheek.
Not if I have a say in it.
Bakugo swept the area before turning to leave Kaminari behind. This is getting boring. Real life should have boss fight music playing in the background. You briskly walked around the forest, overhearing all of the announcements over the speaker system. 3 of you were left, and multiple strategies were flitting around your mind. It just had to be those 2, you grumbled. Shinso was a better strategist, and Bakugo bested you in battle instincts. It was harder to go stealth when there were only a few opponents left. I need a distraction, or anything to catch them off guard, you huffed, scrambling to find any helpful ideas crop into your mind. With your attention to your thoughts, figuring out ways to best the remaining players, you felt something poke your back.
Found you, kitten.
Your expression fell with a pout. Oh, I told you not to use that nickname. Why don't you call Kaminari that?
I already have a pet name for him, so don't be so fussy. For now, you should worry about getting out of this alive.
Confident. Although overconfidence is kind of Bakugo's thing, don't you think? A small smile appeared on Shinso's features.
You know better than to compare me to that idiot, right?
I get it. You love each other so much. You felt the gun behind you nudge firmly in response to your quip. But Bakugo's still in the game with us. How do you plan to beat him?
You're my meat shield,
Shinso replied with amusement.
Drop your weapon. I don't want any surprises.
You obliged as you gingerly removed the strap around your shoulder and threw your gun to the side. Still with gun pointed to your back, Shinso directed you to walk forward. You complied and didn't question Shinso's motives. If I could just find an opening.
Hey Shinso! You've been a pain in the ass, making me search everywhere for you,
spoke a gruff voice from behind them. Shinso moved quickly and pulled you in front of him, raising the gun in front of the both of you. Bakugo appeared from the bushes to find the scene before him, his eyes puzzled at the sight.
What are you doing holding them like that? What does it look like? They're my last line of defense,
Shinso stated as if it was obvious enough. Bakugo gritted his teeth, his eyebrows furrowed at the purple-haired boy.
Holding them close like that? Last line of defense, my ass! Stop playing mind games with me!
The blonde raised his gun at the both of you, now at a standoff. You felt that Shinso was pleased with how this plan of his was going, with his arm clutching around you. Looking ahead, you could see the frustration in Bakugo's expression at how the situation played out. You were caught in the middle, literally, until a crazy enough idea popped into your head. Without hesitation, it happened so fast, as you whirled around and with force pressed your lips against Shinso's. A surprised muffle escaped him, only to be swallowed up by you as you pushed yourself against him further.
Hey! What the hell?
Bakugo sputtered in utter disbelief. You continued your assault on Shinso's lips, and a soft groan involuntarily escaped from him.
The hell you doing? Dumbass!
Roared Bakugo, the scene infuriating him further. Your hands began to wander, and in one swift motion, you snatched the gun from Shinso's grip. In a quick sweep, you broke your short, heated kiss, fired at Bakugo's abdomen, then immediately fired into Shinso's chest. Both boys keeled over in pain, winded by the surprise and proximity of the pellet shots.
Ground Zero is eliminated. Shinso is eliminated. Traveler is the winner. All remaining players proceed to the exit.
The forest was silent for a while, until Bakugo began to laugh, almost hysterically.
You sneaky, sly idiot! You planned all of this, didn't you?
Shinso slowly joined in the laughter.
You got us good. You got me good. I commend you for that.
Sorry for the surprise face attack. You gave me no choice.
It was enjoyable, but maybe warn me next time.
As if there will be next time. It turned out the whole experience was recorded by cameras set up around the park. As soon as the 3 final players returned, Kirishima and the others were fussing over something on the television screen. All the shots had come from either Shinso or you. Bakugo was the most offensive player, yet he didn't eliminate anyone.
Wait, quiet! This is the best part!
Kirishima shushed the others, their eyes glued to the television screen.
Oh,
Here it comes! The killer attack!
Midoriya giggled. An instant replay of the standoff looped. The screen played your kiss on Shinso, Bakugo's reaction, and then your final shot that ended the game. Kaminari hollered, Todoroki grinned, while Midoriya and Kirishima were holding on to each other, gushing.
It was like a real spy movie,
Kirishima described with excitement.
That was against my will.
For something that was done against your will, you seem to enjoy it,
Kaminari muttered with a small grin.
Don't worry. I'm not replacing you with them, Pikachu.
The blonde flushed red from the remark, stuttering a response through his embarrassment.
Who said I was jealous? If anyone's jealous here, it's gotta be Bakugo.
Bakugo clenched his jaw tightly and faced away from the group, noticing their eyes had fallen on him.
Wow, I've never seen him that mad before.
Kirishima snickered, turning his gaze on you.
You really did it now.
You flinched at Kirishima's comment, waving your hands before you in protest. Why are you blaming me? There was nothing in that kiss.
Kajan doesn't seem to believe that though,
Midoriya added. Later that day, the others suggested returning back to the ramen shop. Kirishima and Kaminari wouldn't stop complaining about their empty stomachs, and so everybody agreed, except for Bakugo, who was uncharacteristically silent and continued to walk away from the ramen shop.
Maybe you shouldn't have pulled that stunt with Bakugo around,
Kirishima spoke.
I mean, he looks devastated.
I made a bet that you two would end up together, but Shinso here might have prevented me from winning that bet. Todoroki sighed. You looked incredulous at all of the comments everyone was pitching in. Even you, Todoroki? You groaned. Oh, man. Do I need to be concerned?
Well, you like him, right?
Kaminari answered with certainty. A raging blush spread across your face. You pursed your lips shut, looking anywhere but at the group.
So, maybe give him a chance? If he still wants to talk to you, that is.
Kirishima laughed.
Of course he wants to,
Midoriya retorted, flashing a comforting smile towards you.
Go talk to him. He's stubborn, but you could probably get through to him.
Tell him I felt sorry for making out with you, Shinso added. Should I also apologize to Pikachu too? Kaminari stammered at the sound of that nickname in public. However, Shinso gave you a light push forward. Just chase after that idiot before he gets too far. You turned and bid all of them farewell before running after the blonde walking alone, his hands deep in his pockets. As you caught up to him, jogging until you reached his side, you noticed he paid no attention to your presence. Shinso said he was sorry if it's any consolation to you. No answer. Still mad? You asked. A low grunt was his reply. The both of you walked for a while in an uncomfortable silence until Bakugo broke it. I have no business being mad at you. That's that. But? What do you mean, but? Sounds like there's something else you want to say. You turned to Bakugo with concern. He avoided your gaze, but felt your studying gaze next to him. He clicked his tongue in annoyance.
Ugh. Why Shinso out of all people? He's a total asshole.
So if I kiss Kiri, that's fine?
Whatever.
What about Todoroki? Is that okay with you?
Why would you even suggest that?
Kaminari, maybe?
Hell no!
Then I guess kissing Midoriya is the best choice.
What the hell? No, it's not!
Bakugo fumed, his aggravated eyes finally turning to you. That leaves me with you. You finalized your thoughts and stopped walking. He followed suit and stopped beside you. You both gazed into each other's eyes, and something in Bakugo gave way. He took that first step forward, grabbing your cheek and slamming his lips into yours. There was a hunger in his kiss, an intensity that took you by surprise as he clutched your frame and took you into his embrace. He wasted no time in communicating his point and his feelings. As you pulled apart, breathless, your foreheads touched, the breath from each of you mingling together. So, what now? Bakugo's eyes still kept its gaze on yours, lifting your chin to get a better look at you from this closeness.
First off, we're dating, so get used to it. And second, you're not allowed to kiss anyone else but me.
I think I can do that. Bakugo's lips quirked upwards, a smirk gracing them with pride. His arms wrapped around you again, pulling you in close before he uttered into your ear.
Good.